Hello, welcome to another chapter of the Tao Te Ching. We're looking at chapter 33 as we are going through each chapter one at a time. If you are interested in learning more about the Tao Te Ching, there are plenty of translations out there, and this is a translation that I wrote. Is not published anywhere that you can access it. If you reach out to me, I could get it to you. But it is one that I really like it. And this is a chapter that I think that this translation is really nice for our time. It's entitled, "You Are Not Manifestation." Manifestation, as I translate it, is just all things that you can feel, touch, do, think, all of that. But you're not any of those things. You're so much more. You're part of all things. It's nothing that you can grasp. And so we try not to grasp it. We try to be it, not to understand it. But understanding is a part of everything. And so, especially when we are trapped in one way or another, like physically in this manifestation. So here we are, chapter 33. Study others and gain some knowledge. Study yourself and gain deep wisdom. Controlling others takes strength, but controlling your ego and desires takes power and perseverance. Knowing that you have enough gives you wealth. Grasping for money and love forces you to conform. Embrace who you are. Stay centered in that. And although you will die, you will not perish. There is a lot of talk about death, and it's not always the physical death of the body. Sometimes we talk about your identity dies. And I think this does talk about the inevitable death of the body. It's also addressing the death of your identity. Although you will die, you will not perish. And you can experience that in the manifestation. Every time your identity dies, you experience another you. And so you die, but you don't perish. This relates a little bit back to 32 when we were talking a little bit about, and it says it, here, study others and gain knowledge, study yourself and gain deep wisdom. As we were talking about in the last verse, let me scroll to it to look at it really quick. That you are Tao, right? You are connected to all things. You're connected to everything. Isn't when you study others, you're studying that answer. You're studying their understanding of things. And so you gain knowledge. You gain, they said this, and I'm gonna recite this, and I'm going to regurgitate all this garbage that I picked up everywhere else. And yet, when you study yourself, there's truth there. There's you there. There's stuff that's here right now. You might not be able to explain it. You might not be able to understand it. It might not be right according to everybody else, but it's still you. And when you know you, well, there's nothing wrong with that. This is who you are. So study others and gain some knowledge. Whoop-de-fuck. Study yourself and gain deep wisdom. Isn't that what we want? Controlling others takes strength. So all of your marketing efforts, all your social media efforts, all of that's strength, right? Over and over and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it and get other people to believe it and believe it. And what you're doing is you're getting others to study you. So they're gaining knowledge by studying you, and you're making fools of other people because they're not studying themselves because you want them to study you. Because that's profit, right? That's your motives, right? Like, I'm not saying everybody does this, but many people do, right? They go out to get people to believe in them. It's like, don't believe in them, believe in you. Don't believe in me, believe in you. Like, what I'm saying here is stupid. What you're doing is just like listening to me. There's no reason you should do that. Go find your way. Is Tao right? I don't know. Maybe it was for me to find myself. Was it right? No, it was what I did with it that made it right. I was drawn to it, and then I drew from it. Controlling others takes strength, but controlling your ego and desires takes power and perseverance. So you have ego, your identity, and your desires, those things you want. I want these things. I want these things. I want these things. I want money. I want love. I want acceptance. I want fame. I want whatever. Like, controlling those desires takes a lot of stillness, takes a lot of you being you, rather than you trying to like look outside of yourself, right? Because fame, money, love, all that stuff that you see outwardly, right? That's what you're studying. You're studying others. They have those things and they're happy, right? They're marketed as happy. So I'm gonna follow in their footsteps. That's you studying others. Yeah, you got some knowledge. Money makes you happy, but it's not true. Just ask most of the people that have it. Knowing that you have enough gives you wealth. Grasping for money and love forces you to conform. Think about that. Grasping for money and love, or grasping for anything, forces you to conform. How many of you have wanted to have something and found out that there was an answer out there? And then you spent money to get a certificate, or you spent money to take a class, or you did something, and all that did was get you to, once again, study others so you can gain some knowledge so that you can go out and have a successful life and all of this stuff. And it's all really just you conforming to others, losing your connection with yourself, losing your connection with Tao, and lose back. Embrace who you are and stay centered in that. And although you will die, you will not perish. Now, that last line, like I mentioned earlier, doesn't necessarily mean your body, although it does as well. You will die, you will not perish. Embrace who you are and stay centered in that. As long as you embrace who you are and stay centered in that, people will know what you've done, and they will be affected by it, and they will love that which you affected within them. And you're the you that's left behind, all of the experiences that you've left behind, that they're all going to stay. They're all going to be here, affecting others, more and more people. And as that continues and as that grows after your death, once again, you, that essence of you, is not going to perish. Like it's not what you think you're leaving behind that you're actually leaving behind, because you are not manifestation. You are much more than that. Study others and gain some knowledge. Study yourself and gain deep wisdom. That wisdom is going to guide you. You no need to control others but controlling your ego and desires takes power and perseverance. It's not just strength. It's not just that, like, as long as I keep repeating this message, people will hear me. No. Use your power, the power that's within you. Use the perseverance of being yourself, not just, dishing out some message that you think is important. Knowing that you have enough gives you wealth. Grasping for money or love forces you to conform. Don't conform. We need you. We don't need you to be someone or something else. Embrace who you are and stay centered in that. And although you will die, you will not perish. Thank you again for joining me for another chapter of the Tao Te Ching. I'm Martin John, and until next time, keep recovering yourself.